X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. And we have a couple of plays, one from the Packers game, the victory over Detroit, and another will preview the New Orleans Saints and their offense. All right, so let's go to the diagram, our first diagram here. And we've got the Packers in a three wide receiver set with, here's Tonyan. You mentioned him. And he's sort of in what we call a flex position. And you made the point that it's 2nd and 10, but they have no timeouts.
Yep, no timeout, 19 seconds. So things got to be a little aggressive. So you see, the thing that's confusing to me, well, not really, but you see like the defense, Tom, they're going to roll up on Davante Adams here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to roll up on these two guys. So what has to happen immediately once Aaron Rodgers, he's going to know that they're rolling up or they're going to double Davante Adams. But I think that was surprising to him that they were also going to double MVS when he comes across here.
Right.
This guy was here, and you got a safety right there, and then you got this linebacker. He's going to be man-to-man with Jamal, who's going to go into the flat. And then that makes the play materialize.
Right. And then we've got I believe it's a safety here. Well, it might be a corner.
Yeah, it might be
Robert Tonyan.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the second photo here. Here's
where you got the linebacker trying to fight through traffic, and there's Jamal. Now, remember, you only got 18 seconds left, so otherwise the ball would go there because you got a guy trying to fight over a pick. And then the MVS coming through here, he's open. He will probably get the ball. But again, if it was a traditional 1st and 10, at the 10-yard line or 11-yard line or whatever, and you got plenty of time left.
And Davante Adams is going to run a hook right here. And he's wide open, but because there's no timeouts, you have to consider whether he can score there.
Absolutely.
And the thing with Jamal Williams here is if you're going to throw that, you got to throw that right away, right?
Exactly, because he got to get out of bounds.
Right, because he still has a chance to either score or get out of bounds.
Right. Now, he can probably do that with 18 seconds left, but again, you're getting the matchup that you want. You got a little guy on your big tight end, and the chemistry of these two people, Robert Tonyan is the reason why I'm so excited about Robert Tonyan, especially if he's healthy all year, he's going to have a great year. But again, MVS can basically, once you get these two guys away, you got two guys on him. Mm-hmm. He can create more space by kind of taking it up a little more as he does. And that creates the space that you need for Tonyan to run what we call a corner route. But when we get to the next picture, Tom, I'm going to show you the chemistry of it is the reason why it turns out to a touchdown.
Okay, so let's take a look at that.
So right here, here's what you call chemistry. Okay, now, if I was coaching point, I really want MVS a little bit more here.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
But he got across. The guy was coming outside, so he crossed the guy over. Now look, Davante Adams is wide open. But you got 17 seconds. So if you throw it there, I don't know if he'll score.
Right.
And now you don't know if Jamal will score. Here's where Aaron Rodgers throws it here on this hip. Robert Tonyan is basically running a corner route here. But if the DB gets up too high, he can curl back. But when he curls back, the ball has to be there. If not, it'll throw the sink of the route off.
How does he know? So he just has a feel that this guy is on his hip?
Yes, because the guy's fighting for leverage to get outside. He's fighting for that. So you can put a throw over here and he won't have much room to work with, or you could throw it right about here where all the room is. But Tonyan is the one that has to know that they get that in practice. If a guy's on your hip, It's almost like throwing a back shoulder play in the middle of the field.
Right.
Aaron is going to throw this ball now. That ball is going to get released, and it was a real laser. And I think that's what you call good chemistry.
I think probably the other part was, we saw it on the screen before, was that this guy here was playing tight to Tonyan. So there was contact right here. So that probably helped him feel that he was on his hip too, right?
Yep, that's a good point. Right. That's a good point. Yep.
Yeah. So then we go to the fourth, and you see that guy just ran right by him.
Yep, because that guy's fighting, Tom. He's fighting to get to because he recognized the route. Oh, it's a post corner. It's a flag. Right. You know, we call it a flag or a pylon. You run to the pylon, anything over here. But Tonyan said, okay, if the guy's trailing Tonyan, then Aaron would throw it there. He would throw it here. But if you're even, stop back, and when you turn around, it'll be just like the jug machine. They turn around, the ball's there.
Yep.
And it's going to be high and tight, and you got to catch it. Now, he had a drop earlier, so catching this ball was pretty amazing. Again, that put the Packers up. Remember, they were, it's 14-10 at that point. And if you're Detroit, the Packers get the ball coming out of the second half, this would have been a big stop for them. But this pretty much changed the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah, it did. And you know that this is something they worked on in practice. They had to see it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where quarterback and tight end were on the same page about it. Rodgers talked about that after the game.
And you see these two guys here. These two guys, they're doubling MVS, and they don't even have their eyes to the ball. This guy doesn't even looking at the ball.
Right.
Because he's on a double, a true double. That creates the space. Now, I'm just coaching point, nitpicking. I like 83 right about here, because if some reason this is covered, he can come back, turn back real quick, and the ball will be there.
Yeah.
For a touchdown.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yep. That was awesome.
Good. I hope you enjoyed that. And now we will go and look at a play that the New Orleans Saints ran against the Raiders Monday.
Let's do it.
All right. So here's this play that we pulled out of the Saints-Raiders game. And you don't like this play because actually you like the play, but it involves former Packer Taysom Hill, who has become kind of, as you call him, a gadget player for the Saints. But this is an interesting play because actually we've got two former Packers. We've got tight end Jared Cook right there.
Yeah.
Then we've got another tight end, Adam Troutman here. And then we've got Taysom Hill in what's weird is like a 2-point stance.
Yes.
Third tight end. And then running back here. It's not Alvin Kamara, but and a receiver here. So take it away. Tell us what the significance of Hill is.
Well, my film study would say when Kamara is not in the game, something's up. They're going to probably run the ball with Murray. Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is, okay, what kind of stance is Taysom Hill in? If you see it in a 2-point stand, I'm thinking he's going to come this way with a bootleg, and they're going to try to release him in the flat, or they're going to try to get him to run some kind of jet sweep, or they may try to release him deep. So what you have to do is, based on this, it's going to be play action. But here's what if I was the Raiders, what I would do. So you got your middle safety shaded to this side.
Mm-hmm.
I would put in right about here in the middle. Mm-hmm. But remember, this is not Michael Thomas. So you would tell this guy, listen, you got him man-to-man, outside help, and this linebacker will help you. This one will help you, and this one will help you. Now, the two guys that can't take the fake is this guy and this guy. You can't come up playing run. You just can't. If you do, you're going to have an issue. Now, here's the brilliant part about this. Drew Brees' ball handling is what gets a lot of these guys. And if you look at the linemen, all of them are in, one of them is in a pass formation.
Mm-hmm.
In my film study, I'll say, is he always up like that? Or does he sometimes in a 3-point? If he's always up like that, then I got to go back to the tendencies. What are they running this particular formation? And I think the Saints caught them by surprise. But this is a run-heavy formation when you got three guys, 2 tight ends, and a wing back.
Yeah, and it's sort of like what Josiah DeGuara does for the Packers, in that this guy is now, he's either a receiver, he's a tight end, or he's a running back. And you just don't know exactly. And you got to decide what kind of personnel you're going to match up with him.
Right.
So let's go to the next one. Now we see the fake was to Murray.
Yep.
Yep. Jared Cook ran this route here.
Yep.
Here's the wide receiver, and he's going to run an in. And we see Hill coming this way, and that other tight end coming that way. Okay, so you're the Raiders. What are you looking at?
Well, first of all, you got a guy that bit on the run. He's supposed to be back here, but he's trying to redirect. So they're going to try to get in the spot that he vacated. And you got a guy playing man-to-man. Is not really – so he's all man. He's true man-to-man. And your safety is a little bit too far over here because this guy had a short split, by the way. But if that's the case, like I said before, you want to try to get your safety over here just in case this guy runs a post, okay? But, again, the ball handling. Drew Brees is going through his fake. Now, he could wait for this guy to drag all the way over here, and he may be open. And that's what that creates the gap for this guy when he turns in. He's going to be wide open in the middle. But back to this particular play, Tom, when Taysom Hill takes this, he's running a clear out, a true clear out. So this guy can create as much space as possible. Remember we were talking about with MVS needs to create space for Robert Tonyan? That's what Taysom Hill is doing for this tight end.
So, you know what just occurred to me? This is the play that Jair Alexander made against the Vikings, isn't it?
Yes, that's a great point.
On the fake,
yep.
his responsibility is the flat, right?
Yep.
He should have just kept coming, right?
Yeah, if he comes, he's he had nobody to block him.
The advantage that Jair Alexander had was that he was coming from the backside, so Cousins never saw him.
Exactly. Man, you're learning about football. I'm teaching you well.
Yeah, you are. But that does make me think, geez, if he's fast enough, maybe he can get there. So
yeah. This route takes a while. To your point, this route takes a while. So once he goes through his fake, he comes back.
Yeah.
Let this thing kind of develop. Because if he thinks that Taysom Hill can get by this guy, he's going to throw it deep.
Yep.
Okay? He's not the leading yardage guy in NFL history for throwing short passes. But again, you see this linebacker finna come up and get this. And when we're going to see in the next photo, Tom, you'll see the receiver come right about here. And he is wide open as well. But again, the safety is in a pickle. Do you come over here thinking this guy going to go up here, and then that vacates the middle, and it could have been a touchdown.
And your point was this guy needed to be deeper, right? This linebacker?
Yeah, he needs to be deeper, and this guy needs to be right about here, and this guy needs to be up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see how it develops here. Now we see.
Yes, there it is.
This guy's out of it.
Yep. There's the window right there. There's the window.
This guy's out of it because he's not deep enough.
And you see the guy here, he's breaking open.
Right. He has this window, right? And or this window for this guy, correct?
Yep.
So it's a little late to go here, but he's already decided he's going.
Oh, yeah, his mind is made up. He got a guy wide open.
Yeah.
And see, now I will say this. If the defensive back is turned on the inside
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to be careful throwing this ball because I've seen guys like Richard Sherman, he'll come over and pick that thing off.
Oh, yeah.
The defensive back head is turned this way.
Right.
Then he's free to say, okay, I trust what I see and I'm going to make this throw.
Yeah, a more savvy corner here.
Oh, yeah, that'll bait you.
Would have said, I'll just kind of play it in between. I mean, you don't want to get beat deep. That's a touchdown if you're beat deep. But yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
See, you're learning something from me too.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so we've seen that.
The protection is good. And see, there's there, and you see the guy had to leave Taysom Hill to come back and make the tackle.
Right.
Now, if Drew Brees feel like he likes to match up on with Taysom Hill and like Kevin King or one of your corners, he's gonna throw it deep to him.
Yeah.
So you got to stay with your guy. Don't leave. Don't create one problem trying to solve another one. Just do your job and you'll be fine.
If I'm Jerry Gray coaching the Packers corners, I would tell them to consider this. Don't commit necessarily, but consider coming up to make that interception. You just can't leave Taysom Hill wide open.
Right. That's why I said if you're on the outside, you could do it. But if you're on the inside, you can't. You got to have safety come down and help out.
Would outside leverage be right here for him?
Well, I think he's man-to-man, so he's supposed to be inside of Taysom Hill. So he took a peek back.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be on Taysom Hill's inside. Let me get all that.
Yes.
He should be. If it's going to Taysom Hill, he would be in here.
Yes. He'd be right about here, but he kind of circled back, say, "Oh, I got to come back and make the tackle here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But one thing I've seen Drew Brees do, I mean, he's known for he'll pump fake this and he'll go back to the middle and hit this receiver wide open. But that's only if Michael Thomas is there.
Yeah.
When they used to have Ted Ginn Jr. back, a few years back, he would be the one receiver and he'll be wide open in the middle because everybody will go to Jerry Cook or the tight end or Taysom Hill.
Yeah, if they've got Michael Thomas, this play changes dramatically.
Oh, yes.
Because you're probably not playing single high. You got to double him, and then if Kamara's in the game at the same time, boy, you really gotta.
Yeah, that's a red alert, or we'll say green alert for they're going to throw the football. Yeah, no question about it.
Okay, good. Well, I hope you enjoyed our diagrams of these two plays, and maybe we'll see something close to it on Sunday night. We'll see, huh?
Yeah, we'll talk more about it in the pregame on Sunday. Stay tuned for that at 6:30. PackerNews.com, of course. And you can go to my Facebook page, Facebook/Leap36 and watch it. And I want to thank Vinny'sSausage.com, Pick and Save, Ivanhoe's Pub and Eatery, and Racine, Wisconsin for being great sponsors. So it's just been amazing. I tell you what, real quick, Tom, things just didn't look that great playing in Las Vegas because they looked so much better when they played Tom Brady the first week of the season. Better, but I think they got some issues on offense when Michael Thomas is not in there. So that's why I like the Packers to win.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thanks again, and we will see you next week after the Saints game.
Bye.